Hello everyone, this is Raven's Maps. Welcome for the summary for the day of 31 March 2023. So for today we have, as you can see, a lot of updates, map updates. So I will be talking about the updates from the last video, since the last video had copyright problems because I put some songs in it and it wasn't like pushed forward to everyone, but it's okay. So in the last video, what did you miss? Um, First, I geolocated Ukrainians here, so it's very interesting because, well, as you can see, you see here a sort of tree line, a bigger like tree line here, and in the video you had Ukrainians in this place where there is my the mouse here. So the Ukrainians were here, and they all got like the trench they were in was completely raided and captured by the Russians. So this is why there's no map changes. So as a proof of that, wait, look. As you can see here, if you look closer like that, in the same angle of the video, you see something like that perhaps. So there's the lake here and everything behind. Yeah, the tree line here, the trees, the sort of railroad, I think it's a railroad, the forest behind, and the lake. You have right, I need to be in the real same, the forest behind, the lake here, everything. So the Ukrainians were here in the video. The problem is that we didn't have any dates, like the date of the video, so perhaps it's an older video. But anyway, it's interesting because each time you saw like before fights at Bakhmutovka, despite that there was fights in Novokalinove. So everyone, me included, thought that perhaps when they say fight at Bakhmutovka, they perhaps, some said it's just a cope. They say Novobakhmutovka instead of just saying Novokalinove. Or perhaps my idea was that in the previous videos that when they say fights in Novobakhmutovka, it's because they don't like say it's in the city proper, in the town, the village proper, but in the administrative area of Novobakhmutovka. And my idea was that perhaps somehow there was still some Ukrainians entrenched in these forests that wasn't taken, and that the Russians just moved toward Novokalinovo in this area or from this area. But it seems that it wasn't here, it was here, and it's logical. Honestly, it's logical because if you look, they were here in the video. There is like, to protect them from behind, there is this tree line, there is down this railroad, and there is this tree line. This tree line is actually very important because this tree line, if you like keep moving up, it directly goes to Alexandropol. And the thing is that there is this road, and even if it turns, there is still this dirt road going directly where the Ukrainians were. So it could have been perfect for the Ukrainians here to get resupplied, despite that the whole area was under Russian control. But in the video, the trench they were in was completely like, I don't know if they all were dead or, well, I don't hope for them, but the thing is that trench completely was captured by the Russians. So yeah, I hope for the Ukrainians that they didn't die at least and got like a prisoner of war. But anyway, that's why there is no map changes here. If you noticed, there is some map changes. So it's been a while I didn't see real informations about attack directly on Berdichi, but rather attacks on Stepove right now, like combat in Stepove. So I removed tree line like that went down here. There is still fighting toward this Bakhmutovka sometimes. There is a lots of fights towards Keramik and Novokalinovo, but I did not change anything compared to the last video. And the most biggest changes was that I redraw the map. I thought that it was better to make it like that because there was lots of fight toward Lastochkine, but it's been 2 days that I didn't see any fights toward Lastochkine, or perhaps I missed something. But I removed the Russians being here, and I think it's now more logical because and here also removed here because there is still a lot of fights towards Severne, and my understanding is that I don't think, in fact, that the Russians are in this tree line, since this tree line is directly connected to Stepove. So if the Russians were in, either they will be able to go in Stepove from this tree line, either, well, the Ukrainians could attack them. And this tree line is too thin, too sparsely. Like there is not enough trees behind here or in the middle, but it's not really good tree line to hide in, to entrench in compared to this one. So I mapped it like that, and it doesn't change anything because if the Russians attack here, it's still counting as attack towards Severny, and if they attack from here, well, it's still like attacks toward Lastochkine, so it doesn't change anything. Beside this, yeah, there has been lots of videos that he couldn't geolocate, unfortunately, but it seems that there is lots of bombing around here, around this place, this area of the Ukrainians here. But beside that, nothing much. In Ugledar, there was a video that came out today, but it wasn't interesting, so I didn't put in it, but it's just a drone video of like from here. Perhaps you will see it on Telegram or anything like that. But the drone video was like here and you just saw Ugledar. But the fact that this drone was like over this place, the drone was really here. It kind of confirmed that there is most likely the Russians still here. But yeah, I didn't change anything in Vuledar. Now going up in Bakhmut. So in Bakhmut, interesting thing is that there is an advance today. Like a few hours ago, there was a video that came out of Wagner, CVK Wagner, and right, sorry. So the picture is here. You can see down here, I think, there's the flag of Wagner. I'm sorry for the poor quality, but the most interesting thing is in this pink rectangle, it's actually like here. The pink rectangle is this place, and the other rectangle, which was I think orange. Perhaps I'm mistaken, but yeah, it was this rectangle is this one, is this place. And in the video was taken from this balcony, I think. Anyway, it was from this building. I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah, the flag has been planted here of Wagner. And it's interesting because, yeah, not only confirms that the Wagnerians are here, but, to be able to like just plant a flag in the middle of the tallest building of the zone, it means that there is no fights around, that it's safe enough. So that's why I also mapped these parts as Russian control. Also interesting thing, I corrected one thing. This place isn't Russian yet, because in the last mappings you could see, I think this, yeah, I mapped this area as Russian, but it's the other way around. This place isn't Russian, but this whole area is apparently Russian now. So yeah, I did not map this as Russian, but I mapped this as Russian. So it's not like the older mapping was this one. So it's equally bad in both sides. I'm sorry for it, but you know, I'm not really like focusing on Bakhmut. I prefer to focus on other places. But they're still fighting Avdievka, so it seems that it's a real push offensive, not just some fights. And a very interesting thing in this, um, you can see this thing. Like it took me so many time to understand what's happening. So it's the Ukrainians here. You are seeing Ukrainian soldiers shooting, like there is a river, forests, and it's in Belogorovka. It said in the video it's in Belogorovka. And at first, looking by the video, I was telling myself that, well, it was taken from perhaps something like that, since you see the rivers in this area. But then I asked myself, where the fuck are they switching? There is no Russians here. Like, perhaps I missed something. But it wasn't, like, it didn't look very likely that the Russians were here. And when I searched more and more for some place, because you see it's a bit high, a bit mountain, there is grass everywhere. And in the video, you could see another river. It's not the same as the previous one. This one is like on the left, on the right, sorry, on the right from them. And this one is directly in front of them. But their machine gun is pointing here. So so first it's not here. It's not in this like mountain because there is no grass here. You see it's all flat. There is no grass, or like in the video you see there is grass. So I thought it was here. It looks like the best area for them to shoot. Like it's really like perhaps it's even this place. It looks really like this place, I think. Let's see again, once again. Yeah, it really looks like this place. It's like they are in some sort of trench. It's like a small trench. Either it's like this small trench, but there is grass in front of them, so perhaps... Yeah, I think it's this one. I don't know why there is no grass. Perhaps it's because it was taken in the winter, this picture, I don't know. But anyway, they are shooting like, yeah, to the left. According to the video, they are shooting like toward this place, this area. And let me show you where. According to the video, they're shooting toward here. But yeah, where the fuck are they shooting to? I don't understand, because it's not logical. There is, if they're shooting toward this area, then that means that the Russians moved them up until here? Nah. So I then thought myself that perhaps the video was inverted to avoid giving too much information. So if you invert the pictures, I did not do it I'm sorry, but it actually gives this, and it explains why there is grass in front of them and not behind them. Because here, as you can see, the grass is in front, and the rocky part is where they are. So perhaps now it makes all sense if you invert the place. If you invert, then that means that they are here, there's the grass in front of them, and they are shooting toward here. Toward this area, to the left, if you like, yeah, toward here, something like that. And since it has been inverted, then that means that in the video, the river that was on the right is now on the left, and they are shooting like perhaps they are here and shooting toward this place, this area, or perhaps they are here and shooting toward this area. In the video it was on the left, but now it's in the right. So I think, yeah, they were here on something like that and shooting toward here, where the rivers were like here. And I said mapping is right because in the previous mappings you had this. So I mean, it was really close. That's cool. It's funny because I did not like think much about it, but I thought it was logical to put it like that. And in the video, they are shooting very close. Like when they are shooting with the RPG and the gun and machine gun and everything like that, it seems like they are hitting something around here. So yeah. So we're going to move out in the most geolocated part now. So it's funny because in the last videos I was complaining that it's hard to map out correctly this area. So for those who missed the last video, I geolocated in the last video this part. It's a video that came out recently. In the video you see this. Yeah, it's really this place. I'm not going to talk much about it, but it's this area. Let me put back the image. Yeah, you see the shape here, the trees here, the dead tree here, the bushes here, and you have exactly the same things here. It's legit like this. I'm putting it one last time. And in the video you see Russians here in this tank, BMP, sorry, that are attacking trench of the Ukrainians. So the trench was like here. So it's forced me to correct the map. Oh, and the Russians were coming from this place, like they come from here. Because in the previous mappings, if you remember, you could see this. Yeah, I was like giving a little too much territory to the Ukrainians, to the Russians, sorry, but I did not know anything since. Well, it's hard to have like precise informations. And today I have this video that came out also. This picture I took a screenshot. So don't ask me why here it's snowing in this place and in the first one it wasn't snowing. But I believe it's just because the videos weren't published in the same time, sorry. But yeah, in the video you see something like this, I think. In the picture, I mean, the screenshots. Let's check once again. Yeah, you see. So you see that there's, I think, not a Terminator, I don't think, but one Russian cannon shooting toward this place, and you see the line here, the like trees that are cut like in square shape. This thing, it's really the same shape, it's the same area. You see the line here, the line here. Anyway, so it explains a lot since anyway I've corrected with the first geolocation. But it's not over. It's not over. Because today another video came out from, I think, the Russian Ministry of Defense, with the video shows like the Russians using a thermobaric TOS Solntsepyok that was shooting here. The explosion is here. No, here, sorry. In this like white dot here. So the Solntsepyok. Yeah, if you like take the same view. Once again, in the video, it just said like Kreminna forests. Nothing much. Yeah, it's really the same place. Look precisely, it's legit the same area. You see the trees stopping here, the shape of the road, everything like that. It's yeah, it's the same place, the same area. So the Ukrainians are here too, and another geolocation. It's unreal. There's like so many geolocations today on this area. And here you can see this, some sort of frozen lake or dry lake, and another one here, a line here, and if you look carefully, there is this line here, this road here, and another road, like it separates in two roads, one here, one here. And it was hard because there was no places beside this one that looks like the same, and the lakes here in the Google map is empty, it's dry, but in the picture is not. And if you look carefully, there is like the road separating it two directions. So let me like show you once again. Yeah, and the explosion was here. So there is Ukrainians here and trench in this place. Yeah, it's in the same place. So don't forget that my maps are available. Check in the description of the video. My mapping is available, so you can check for yourself. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.